President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, there are a lot of things involved in this River State matter. I am advising you, if you are not careful, I stake my life, I stake everything. I stake my businesses, my source of livelihood for you to become president. And if I am unable to tell you the truth, if you are in your government, I have to stake everything for telling you the truth. I have started doing it now. I am staking everything to tell you the truth. It is left for you to hear, but the result you will see.
Asari Dokubo issued warning to the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And what happened next will shock you. And people are beginning to ask, are you guys not friends anymore? Or is Asari Dokubo really a man of integrity who cares less about your friendship with him? He is only interested in the truth. And that truth is this: President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do not allow Nyesom Wike, a man that has nothing to lose, to draw you in this unrest that is about to begin all the way from River State. If you do not know what I mean, well, according to Asari Dokubo, the same happening in the north of Nigeria and the same that happened in the Niger Delta region might begin once again if this is not abated. And a lot of people believe that there is an undertone, a threat undertone in what Asari Dokubo is saying. Well, what will the president of Nigeria do? Is he going to respond to Asari Dokubo? What is he going to do? Is he going to bow to Asari Dokubo? Is he going to take the advice of Asari Dokubo or not? Well, in some couple of days, we will be finding out this. Will the president just look at him and take off his hands and do whatever you want to do with Asari Dokubo? Is beginning to become a threat. Is beginning to become a pest. Or is the president going to call him in like he often does, shake hands with him, discuss with him and say, okay, no problem. We will be taking care of some of the things that you have pointed out. And on the way out, give him 5 Ghana must go. Or better still, give him oil well or pipeline somewhere for him and his boys to get busy. Probably. Or maybe not. Let us listen to what Asari Dokubo has to say, and we will be talking more. But before we proceed, like and share this video, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell.
River State will become your albatross, like the ancient marina. You are going to carry it on your neck. Do you know why? River State have the largest number of Ijaw people. And apart from the Fulanis and the Yorubas to a certain extent, River State people have, the Ijaw people in River State are found everywhere. They are in Gabon in large number, Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Liberia. They're all on the coast. And the Ijaw people act like one people. You have seen them in Ondo State. You have seen them in Edo State. You have seen them in Delta. They act as one people. They are like the immigrant Fulanis coming from everywhere. When one Ijaw man is hot, Ijaw people, it is very easy to rally Ijaw people. They are one of the easiest people to rally around to come. You only need to say, Ijaw, Kimemia, Emie. Asawana, and they will come. The ethnic card is already in this game. Ijaw sentiment. You saw Ijaw people in Ondo State. You, as governor, you even saw them in Lagos State. For the sake of one man, you are looking for money to implement your programs for this government to succeed. But for a few people, you are ready to throw this away. Why will any reasonable person decide to provoke Ijaw people? Any reasonable person. Are there no advisors? Are they telling you, like Nehru was sitting while Rome burned? He was drinking and celebrating while Rome burned. I might have differences with sin, but I know his own people. I know them. And I'm telling you, when Alamesa came to make peace with you in Lagos, after the cried, I know Ijaw people. They don't relent. Can you afford that? Because they will come like a tsunami. They don't need anybody. They don't need Sim to give them money. They don't need Sim. Nobody mobilize them with money in Lagos, in Ondo, in Edo, and in Delta. Nobody. The environment provide them with the money and the resources to carry out the activities without without blinking their eyes. You don't want to hear this naked truth. Okay, don't hear it. Don't hear it. Ijaw people are already angry that this is the worst government. This government is against Ijaw people, and you want to add fire to petrol? You want to add petrol to fire? This is the worst government. That's the feeling of the Ijaw people. If nobody is telling you, as a friend, I will tell you, Ijaw people feel this is the worst government for them. This is a nightmare for them. And when we were voting, when we were campaigning for you, a lot of Ijaw people called me, President, you don't know Tinubu. You know everything about Tinubu. Tinubu is your friend. No? We hope it's not going to look the other way. Oh. And I assured everybody, I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible. And today, the people are asking me, are you still on that if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible? River State is the litmus test. If there is going to be any fire, it will start in River State. I cannot stop them. I, as an individual, I cannot stop them. I cannot even stand on their way because they will shove me aside. Let me tell you, nobody, if anybody is giving you assurance that he can stand in the gap between you and the Ijaw people, when the Ijaw people feel that your government is against them, then that person is your worst enemy, because Ijaw people will crush him. Whoever he is, whether it's an Ijaw man or not, Ijaw people will crush him. The earlier you call your minister and the governor to Abuja again to maintain the status quo, the better it will be. the better it will be. I am saying it. I have everything to lose. But if I don't advise you, I stake my life, I stake everything. I stake my businesses, my source of livelihood for you to become president. And if I am unable to tell you the truth, if you are in your government, I have to stake everything for telling you the truth. I have started doing it now. I am staking everything to tell you the truth. It is left for you to hear, but the result you will see. The job people feel insulted. They produce over 80% of the resources in Nigeria. And 100% of the resources in Nigeria, the oil and gas, pass through their territory for export to all the terminals. All pipelines pass through Ijaw land. And you look at them, you look at Ijaw people, and you give us one third-class minister.
Welcome back. It is no longer news that the governor of Rivers State, Fubura, and the minister for the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, at loggerheads. Ex-governor Nyesom Wike is not ready to leave Rivers State in control or in charge of the governor. He does not want that. He wants to have his hands in the cookie jar. In fact, he said it clear to everyone who wants to hear that he bought the farms, that he has invested in them, and he needs return. Now, in a Senate climb, Nyesom Wike should be in court now, answering questions and being interrogated and also being sent to jail. Let us ask ourselves, where does he expect the governor to pay him to divide the loot? Because that is exactly what it is. If you bought farms, are you saying the governor should pay you back from his salary? Or where is he going to get it from? Obviously, they are not afraid of telling the world how corrupt, wicked they are. Nyesom Wike wants to operate Rivers State the same as Lagos was, is, and might maybe continually be operated by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where they claim they have a blueprint and everybody who steps in there as governor must obey that blueprint. A larger chunk must go into the pocket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then the remnant, probably 20%, will go into the pocket of those who are loyalists of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, such as the Agberos, thugs that he calls often to do his bidding. But in the case of Rivers State, does Nyesom Wike have those thugs that Bola Ahmed Tinubu built in Lagos? That's the question. Because those thugs are used to steal ballot boxes. Those thugs are used to create unrest. Those thugs are also used to assassinate. Now, question. Does Bola Ahmed Tinubu still operate this? That's left for you to think of. Also, does Nyesom Wike have the arsenal to strike, to topple a state, or is simply going to use what he has, the federal authority, being FCT minister? He has people who will respond to his criminal, corrupt order. Now, that's not to say Fubura is a man of integrity, but how does it make sense? You put in a puppet, you put in someone, you groom them, you give them what they need to win election, or rather, not really win election anyway. They don't really win election because from the look of things, it's like Wike simply brought in Fubra and they just placed it on the indigents of Rivers State. It will take a lot for Fubra to stand, and one of the ways for him to stand is for him to appeal to the indigents, such as militants also, appeal to them to disrupt the state and disrupt Nigeria via the pipelines and oil well and all of that. And then a response will be for the government to send in the military. Hell, will break loose. And to further punish Fubra, there's a possibility, of course, immunity is on him. There's a possibility of his life being threatened by state security. They were harassing, take off security details around him. He will be forced to come out to say, I don't have security around me. Then he will have to look for the likes of Asari Dokubo to protect him. And who knows, they might get a big Ghana must go and just delete him once and for all to allow peace to stay, to rest in that state. So governors don't really have strong powers unless they are able to make enough money for themselves and they do not have much competing with them. Like how Bola Ahmed Tinubu was able to hold Lagos State down. He did it during the time of Obasanjo. He had problems with Obasanjo, but he was able to cut off federal. Like, if I don't go beat you for money, I run my state, I'll be productive, I'll do what I need to do. I'm not simply going to put money in the federal coffers. It's as simple as that. Don't give me, I don't give you, I will run my state. This is how Bola Ahmed Tinubu was able to run Lagos State. And that's because the head of state then probably had a lot on his plate to deal with. If he wanted to bully Tinubu extremely, he would have done so. He would have bullied Bola Ahmed Tinubu, probably take off security away from him, try to disgrace him, turn things upside down. But he didn't do that. Bola Ahmed Tinubu somehow was lucky. Now in this, I'm not saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one disrupting Rivers State. But according to Asari Dokubo, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not doing anything. And if he doesn't do anything, if he doesn't abate it, well, once the people that he called the upturner or the chaos or the volcano or the hurricane, once they begin, he said, well, himself as an individual will not be able to stop them. Will Bola Ahmed Tinubu listen to this or not? Well, that is left for him to decide upon. If this is what he wants to do to quell or to stop. Fubra and Wike was once called to Aso Villa. They discussed, but I don't know the terms and conditions. Maybe it was told, look, you have to do this, you have to do that. Maybe they didn't really finalize what they needed to finalize. The fight is simply, I want a portion, a chunk of this, and that you must give me this percentage. This percentage must be put in my account or must be brought to me cash. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. Because he needs that money. Wike needs this to be able. Just imagine how these guys operate. Just Wike putting indigents of that state in penury, causing chaos, all because they need money to remain relevant, money to buy people during the election, money to buy weapons, money to disrupt. That's all. Now we have face-off between the militants disrupting Nigeria, which is the threat, because that is the only arsenal that Fubra has. I don't know what you guys think about this one. I don't know what you think. Drop your comment. Drop your comment.